When your kid screams, "I hate you," what to say instead? Hearing your child scream, "I hate you," is one of the most gut-wrenching, soul-crushing moments a parent can experience. It feels like a punch to the gut, a betrayal, a direct assault on every ounce of love and effort you pour into them. In that instant, your own emotions can surge, sometimes with anger, sometimes with deep shame, making you wonder what you did wrong or if you failed as a parent. The truth is, you are not alone in feeling this way. Almost every parent eventually hears these words, and almost every parent feels the pain. But what if this explosive, hurtful moment could actually be a pivotal point for deeper connection and powerful emotional teaching? What if you could learn to turn this moment from a rupture into an opportunity for leadership and understanding? Today on Calm Roots Parenting, we're going to explore what's really going on in your child's brain when they utter those devastating words. We'll talk about the natural, instinctual phrases to avoid that can escalate the situation, and then I'll share 3 calm, compassionate scripts you can use instead. Finally, we'll cover a crucial repair ritual for after the storm, because healing and reconnecting are just as important as the initial response. By the end of this, you'll feel more confident, calmer, and better equipped to handle these challenging moments, transforming them from points of fear and frustration into moments of growth and connection for both you and your child. If this is resonating with you already, please take a moment to like this video, subscribe to Calm Roots Parenting for more insights, and tell me in the comments how old your child is. It helps me understand our community better. So, let's start with the elephant in the room. What does "I hate you" actually mean when it comes from a child? It rarely means actual hate. Remember that young children, especially those under 5 or 6, are still building their brain architecture. Their prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain responsible for impulse control, logical reasoning, and understanding long-term consequences, is largely underdeveloped. When big, overwhelming emotions like anger, frustration, or sadness flood their system, their amygdala, the brain's alarm center, takes over. This is often called an amygdala hijack. And in these moments, your child is not thinking rationally. They are simply reacting. They're not giving you a hard time. They are having a hard time. They are overwhelmed, flooded, and feel entirely out of control. When a child screams, "I hate you," it's often their desperate attempt to express feelings that are too big for their small body and limited vocabulary. They might be feeling intensely frustrated that they didn't get their way, or deeply resentful because you set a boundary, or perhaps profoundly misunderstood. They use the strongest words they know to convey the intensity of their internal experience. Sometimes, they might even be mirroring a feeling of being hated in that moment themselves. For instance, if they feel you're angry at them, or if you've just said no to something they desperately wanted, making them feel like you don't care about their desires. It's a primal cry for help, a signal that their nervous system is in distress, and they desperately need your help to co-regulate. They need you to be their calm, steady leader, not another person swept away by emotion. Understanding this brain science is incredibly powerful. It shifts the moment from feeling like a personal attack to seeing it as a developmental stage and an emotional signal. It allows you to step into your role as your child's brain architect, guiding them through a challenging emotion instead of getting caught in its whirlwind. Now, let's talk about what often happens instinctively, but what we want to learn to avoid. When a parent feels that sting of "I hate you," the natural urge is to react defensively or punitively. So, here are some phrases to avoid, and why they can actually be harmful. First, "Don't you ever say that to me." While this sets a boundary, it's often delivered with anger and can shut down communication. It teaches fear and shame, implying that certain feelings or words are bad, rather than teaching how to express strong feelings appropriately. It sends a message that their feelings are unacceptable, which can lead them to suppress emotions or feel ashamed of them later. Second, "I hate you too then." This one is rare but can happen in the heat of the moment. It obviously escalates the situation, models the very behavior we don't want, and shatters the child's sense of unconditional love and safety. It tells them their parent is as out of control as they are, which is terrifying for a child who needs a calm leader. Third, go to your room, or you're grounded. While sometimes a temporary separation can be useful, if it's done in anger and without a plan for repair, it often teaches isolation. It communicates that when you have big feelings, you're sent away, which can break connection rather than building it. It doesn't teach problem-solving or emotional regulation skills. It just removes the problem from your sight. Finally, you don't mean that, or that's not true. While well-intentioned, this invalidates your child's feelings. Even if they don't literally hate you, they feel something akin to hate in that moment of intense frustration or anger. Telling them they don't mean it dismisses their emotional reality, making them feel unheard and misunderstood, which only intensifies their distress. Instead of these reactive responses, we want to choose connection over control. We want to pause, take a deep breath, and respond from a place of calm, empathetic leadership. If you're finding this perspective helpful and wish more parents understood this, please consider sharing this video with a friend or family member who might benefit. And if you haven't yet, gently subscribe to Calm Roots Parenting. Also, in the comments below, I'd like to hear from you. What are some of the hardest or most surprising words you've ever heard your child say? Your sharing helps us all feel less alone. Okay, let's move into practical strategies. Here are 3 calm scripts you can use when your child screams, "I hate you," moving from simply acknowledging the feeling to setting a boundary with love. Asterisk, asterisk. Script 1. Acknowledging the big feeling, validation and calm presence. Asterisk, asterisk. This script is all about co-regulation and creating safety. When your child is in the throes of an emotional storm, their thinking brain is offline. They don't need logic, they need connection and a safe harbor. You might say something like, "Wow, that sounds like a really strong feeling you're having right now. I can see you are really, really upset. I'm right here with you." The key here is your tone, calm, steady, and empathetic. Your body language should be open and non-threatening. You are reflecting their emotion without judgment. You're not agreeing with the hate part, but you are acknowledging the intensity of their feeling. This sends the message, "I see you, I hear you, and even though this feels huge, I'm not scared of your feelings. I'm here to help." This starts the process of bringing their nervous system back to a place of safety. You are helping them move from fight or flight to a place where they can begin to process. Asterisk, asterisk, script 2, reflecting the underlying need or frustration, empathy, and curiosity. Asterisk, asterisk. Once your child's initial emotional surge has calmed slightly, or if they are expressing a strong emotion but not completely out of control, you can move to this script. It focuses on helping them name their feelings and understand what's really bothering them. You could say, "It sounds like you're really angry about the situation," for example. Not getting the toy, having to leave the park, having to do your homework. You wish things were different, don't you? Is that right? Here, you're becoming a detective, trying to get to the root cause of the hate and offering words for their complex internal experience. You're validating their wish or frustration, showing them you understand their perspective, even if you can't give them what they want. Naming feelings is a cornerstone of emotional intelligence. When you label their emotions, you help build the neural pathways in their brain that connect feelings to words, giving them tools for self-regulation in the future. This is how you help them move from a primal "I hate you" to eventually being able to say, "I'm so frustrated right now," or "I feel really mad." Asterisk, asterisk, script 3. Setting a boundary with love, leadership and teaching. Asterisk, asterisk. This script comes into play when your child has settled a bit more, or if you feel it's important to address the hurtful words while still maintaining connection. It's crucial to wait until the intense emotional storm has passed enough for your child to be able to hear you. You might say, "I understand you're upset, and I'm here to listen to all your feelings. But saying 'I hate you' hurts my feelings. We can talk about this when we're both a little calmer, and we can find words that don't hurt." Or, "I can see you're very angry, and it's okay to be angry, but it's not okay to use hurtful words. My job is to keep everyone safe, and that includes our feelings." This script is about gentle, firm leadership. You're validating their right to feel, but you're also modeling healthy boundaries and communication. You're teaching them that while all feelings are okay, not all expressions of those feelings are. You're showing them that your feelings matter too, and that respect is a two-way street. This is a critical step in building emotional intelligence and secure attachment, because you are teaching them how to navigate strong emotions without resorting to destructive language, while still affirming your unwavering love and presence. Now, after the initial storm and your calm response, comes a crucial step that many parents miss: the repair ritual. This is where the real long-term emotional intelligence and secure attachment are built. When the emotional dust has settled, even hours later or the next day, it's vital to reconnect and process what happened. Here's how to do a repair ritual. First, choose a calm moment when both you and your child are regulated and connected. This isn't a punishment, it's a teaching moment. Initiate connection physically, maybe with a hug or by sitting close. You might start by saying, "Are you feeling better now, honey? Can I give you a hug?" Second, briefly revisit the incident, without shaming or blaming. Focus on the behavior and feelings, not the child's character. You could say, "Earlier, you said some words that really hurt my feelings. I know you were having big feelings then, and it's okay to have big feelings, but those words made me feel sad." You are modeling how to articulate your own feelings without attacking. Third, gently guide them to think about alternatives. Ask, when you're feeling that angry or frustrated again, what could you say or do instead of, "I hate you, that still shows me how upset you are, but doesn't hurt feelings." This encourages problem solving and self-awareness. You might offer suggestions. Could you say, "I'm so mad," or "I need some space"? Finally, and most importantly, reaffirm your unconditional love and presence. End by saying, "No matter what words you say, and no matter how big your feelings get, I will always love you. I will always be here for you, and we will always figure things out together." This is the core message of secure attachment. Your love isn't conditional on their behavior. This repair ritual reinforces that even when things get tough, your connection remains strong and resilient. It teaches them that relationships can weather storms and be repaired, fostering trust and security. You are truly their brain architect in these moments, building pathways for resilience and empathy. Remember, parenting is not about perfection, it's about connection, repair, and growth. You are not a bad parent for hearing "I hate you," and you are certainly not failing. You are a human being learning to navigate complex emotions, both your child's and your own. By understanding the brain science, choosing calm responses, and committing to repair, you are teaching your child invaluable lessons in emotional intelligence, self-regulation, and the power of love that can weather any storm. These moments, as painful as they are truly opportunities to build a stronger, more emotionally secure foundation for your child's future. I encourage you to pick one of these scripts or the repair ritual and try it the next time you hear those difficult words. Every step you take in connecting with your child through their big feelings strengthens their emotional foundation. If you found this video helpful, please like it and subscribe to Calm Roots Parenting for more insights into raising emotionally intelligent children. And don't forget to share in the comments the hardest words you've heard from your child. Let's support each other in this journey. We have more videos on managing big emotions coming soon, so stay tuned.